Hello biology students, welcome back to another edition of Lane Biology. This video is going to accompany your e-learning for the April 14th, 2020 lecture. This will go along with the Google Docs that I have uploaded and your textbook. And for your pleasure this week, I think I'm going to start modeling a different hat every day just to kind of keep this interesting. We talked a little bit yesterday about, in the previous lecture, with Darwin's trip he took on the Beagle, about how he discovered that certain birds, the ostrich, the rhea, the emu, all looked really similar, which was weird because they were on completely different continents separated by ocean. They couldn't really be closely related, and yet they all look similar enough that they're really difficult to even tell apart. How did this happen? One of the things is, and this is on your Google Doc, there is a copy of a map for these creatures. They all live at similar latitudes. And if you remember from our previous lessons back in the year, the latitudes can actually help to determine what kind of biome and climate is there. Oftentimes at the same latitude they will experience the same type of biome. In this case it was grasslands. These large birds tend to live in big open grasslands, like think of a savanna type area. Obviously they're really big. They don't fly, they're flightless, which is pretty unique in of itself because there really aren't very many birds that have evolved to become flightless. Why are they flightless? Well, first of all, they're so big and heavy, they would have to have an 80-foot span wing just to get off the ground. Not practical. Also, they are not defenseless, even though they can't fly to get away. They're large, they can run ridiculously fast. People even race ostriches. They get on them like a jockey and they ride them, and I guess they're really fast. They can kick like a mule, and so these things definitely can hurt you. I'll urge you to look up one of my favorite creatures. It's called a cassowary. It looks a little bit like a rhea or an emu. They almost look like a modern-day velociraptor, I'll be honest with you. They are scary. They can jump about 5 feet vertically. They have a very large inner toe that they can use to jump and slash you with and disembowel you. Even zookeepers will not go in the pen with these things. They're crazy. So look up cassowaries. They're pretty scary. So Darwin kind of noticed on his trip on the voyage that Australia in particular just had a lot of really crazy, unique, weird, and oftentimes deadly things that he didn't find anywhere else in the world. And this was related to the fact that it's just a big island. Australia broke off from the mainland even before it was called Pangaea. So Australia has developed in isolation from the rest of the continents for a really, really, really long time. So oftentimes you will find the most unique, different, quirky organisms on these islands than anywhere else. Madagascar is another great example. It has lemurs, which you don't find anywhere else. So that is it for today. Make sure you read both of the Google Docs. They will be on the quiz. And until then, stay curious. I'll see you next time.